Hello, good evening, everybody, and a warm welcome to what could be a very interesting game of football here at Turf Moor. Burnley and West Brom competing against each other here at the Turf this evening, and what could be a fantastic game at the top of the Championship. It's first against six at start of play, and we hope that you'll join us. We'll get updates as well in the other games as well. And, well, we've got a Baggies fan on. Come on, you Baggies, he says. Well, I'll try and be as unbiased as I can. I am a Burnley fan. I am a staunch Clarets, but let's not underestimate West Bromwich Albion. Since Carlos Corberán took over, they have zoomed their way up from second bottom to the playoffs and now have 41 points to their credit. They are a decent side. There's no doubt about that. Just waiting for the teams to come out here, and it's my first game since the World Cup final. So, it's very nice to be here. We're just waiting for the teams to emerge here. Turf Moor looking in splendid condition. There has been a lot of snow and ice in these parts for the last couple of days, but I can tell you everything is set fair for what could be a very good game of football. Of course, we'll try and keep you posted at half-time and at full-time, the Sheffield United game. Turf Moor under the lights is always a thrilling prospect. Burnley have not lost at home this season so far. Burnley, 59 points, could go to 60. Only lost 2 out of 27, won 17 of them, drawn 8. Sheffield United start the night on 54 points, but they're playing their match tonight, but they're under a transfer embargo. West Bromwich Albion, 41 points, as I said. They've won 11 of those games, lost 8, which dragged them into the bottom 3 for some time. Watford are 3rd, Middlesbrough 4th. They've had a terrific run as well under Michael Carrick. Blackburn Rovers have really dropped off the pace. Yet the only team in the Football League yet to draw out of the 92. But Burnley not yet lost at home this season. And here live on the JB Sports Exclusive, Daniel Jebison has scored for Sheffield United. They're playing Hull, and that's 1-0 at the moment, I'm told. And Russ will keep you up. Russ will help me there. Russ is not my producer tonight, but he is going to give me the scores from that game as any goals go in. So we'll keep you updated with the Sheffield United game during the evening. Game at Bramall Lane, incidentally, a 7:45 kickoff. Just about a few minutes away from kickoff here. We're still waiting for the teams to emerge from the tunnel here at the Turf. And if you haven't subscribed to JB Sports and would like to, please subscribe. We're about 7 short of the 1,000 mark, so if we can get to 1,000 subscribers tonight, that would be brilliant. So we're waiting for the teams to come out. The substitutes I can just see now coming out onto the field. No Jack Cork for the Clarets. There are the 2 teams. West Brom in their change strip tonight of green and yellow stripes. Burnley, of course, in their famed claret and blue. As the teams now come out to a rapturous reception. No Taylor Harwood-Bellis, no Johan Berg-Gudmundsson, and no Jack Cork. Harwood-Bellis is out for 2 months, Vincent Company has been saying in the last week or 2. So it's nice to have everybody with you here as Vincent Company's Cloud and Blue Army come out to a marvellous reception. Eric Peters, of course, plays against his old side as well. But the atmosphere is white hot on a very cold evening here in Burnley. Let's have a look at the 2 teams then, starting with Burnley. Ira Murich in goal, back forward Connor Roberts, Jordan Bayer, Charlie Taylor and Ian Matson. Then it's Josh Cohen, Samuel Bastian and Nathan Teller, with Josh Brownhill the captain, Anna Sonori and Ashley Barnes up front. So it looks as if Tahori, Brownhill and Teller are going to be an attacking 3, with Bastian and Cohen the 2 holders and Ashley Barnes the lone striker. Josh Brownhill takes over the captaincy in place of the answered Jack Cork. On the bench, Peacock, Farrell, Rodriguez, Twine, Benson, Vitinho, Chernoff, and Al Cahill. For West Bromwich Albion, Alex Palmer in goal, Donal Farrell, Dara O'Shea, Eric Peters, and Connor Townsend. Across the back, it is Yokozuna, Malumbi, Jed Wallace, John Swift, Grady Dangana, and Daryl DK, as opposed to Dyke. As I said during the first game at the Hawthorns 3 months ago, it's DK, we're told, and not Dyke up front. On the bench, Button, Ajayi, Rogic, a former Celtic player, Jake Livermore, Caelan Grant, Adam Reach, and Garner Hickman. Burnley have had a week to prepare for this game. West Brom have had 2 days. They played Chesterfield the other day in the Cup. Replay won quite convincingly by 3-0. And of course, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the notification bell if you would. Right, the officials tonight. We've got a Premier League referee, Jared Gillett from London, originally from Australia, is our referee tonight. And Simon Long and Ian Hussein are the 2 linesmen. Tom Neild is the 4th official. And in the Championship, you'll be pleased to know, there is no VAR. So whatever referee Gillett gives during the evening, there's no doubt at all that it will be the last word on it. What a job Carlos Kubaran has done, former Huddersfield and Sheffield Wednesday manager. Emmanuel Benson, who's joint top scorer with Hannah Sonori and Jay Rodriguez on 9. Rodriguez and Benson, 2 of the top scorers, are on the substitutes bench. Scott Twine also is on the bench, and I've got a funny feeling that they could come on at any time. Ashley Barnes has been in a better form out of him and Jay Rodriguez up front. Daryl DK has got 3 goals. He's the lone striker for West Bromwich Albion tonight, but they've got experienced players, as I said, like Caelan Grant and Tom Rogic. And watch out for the runs on the right-hand side of Jed Wallace. As we saw in the game at the Hawthorns, when we covered that for the commentary hub earlier this season, we saw him making a lot of jinking runs. So it's Burnley to kick off in their claret and blue shirts, attacking the goal away to my right, the cricket field end. Well, Burnley's been in the news recently for the bank of Dave, but can we bank on Vincent to get 3 points? Some of the players are taking a knee to highlight that there's no room for racism in life as well as in football. And in a few moments now, on the whistle of Jared Gillett, we get underway. Clarets, the Clarets of Burnley then, overwhelming favourites, but obviously never underweight West Brom at their peril. They've been on a good run since Kobaran took over. And there'll be no mean side here tonight. JB here, John Stuttard in the commentary box for a JB Sports exclusive. Burnley against West Bromwich Albion in the Championship. My first game for either JB Sports or the commentary hub since the World Cup final. That terrific match before Christmas, and what a game that was. From Doha to Burnley, the life of a commentator. Matson gets the ball forward down the line, down the left-hand side, but it's going to fall for Alex Palmer, who's in goals for West Brom, I should say. And West Brom have really gone on a terrific run of form, which has taken them out of the bottom 3 of the Championship and into the top 6 in the playoffs. Remember, Sheffield United leading by a 0-0. That was a 7:45 kickoff. We've kicked off now. We've had a minute and 10 seconds of the first half, and Burnley 0, West Brom 0. Burnley get a throw in on the far side, midway inside their own half. Matson takes it, goes back to Ari Muric, the former Manchester City goalkeeper. So strides out towards the edge of his area, then plays the ball across to Ian Matson, who took the original throw in back to him. Charlie Taylor playing at centre back alongside Jordan Bayer. We hear tonight. This is Bayer on the ball now, number 36. Strides forward, finds Charlie Taylor. He's building a bit at centre back for Vincent Company this season. Taylor, long ball forward, cut out there by West Bromwich Albion. They want to get Jed Wallace in as much as they can in this first half. Albion. Of course, John Swift is their top scorer. Thomas Asante, who isn't in the lineup amongst the substitutes. He's He's on 7 goals. He's the top scorer. Grant has 5, Swift 4, Wallace has 4, Diagana 3, DK 3. And an all-time head-to-head in 134 previous games. Burnley have won 46 as the ball was kicked clear by Palmer. 134 previous meetings. Burnley have won 46 of those games. West Brom 56, and 32 have been drawn in all-time competitive games. West Brom do have a good record at the turf. Very rare to lose. There was a famous victory for Burnley back in 2007 when they were 2-0 down under Steve Cottrell and came back to win 3-2. It was also noted for a controversial sending off by the referee of McShane for West Bromwich Albion. Very controversial it was too, but Burnley got the job done, and in fact that kept them in the Premier, kept them in the Championship at that point in time. That's in with a thrill then for Burnley. 3 gone on JB Sports. Burnley 0, West Brom 0 in the Championship. As things stand, Sheffield United are level, will practically be level on points with the Clarets. So the gap was something like 5 points. So it's important that Burnley don't lose at least tonight. And Sheffield United under a transfer embargo and are looking at maybe a possible points deduction. It's important that the Clarets take advantage and make sure they take care of their own business and not rely on a court of arbitration. As the shot comes in, and it's Nathan Teller with the right-footed effort that is dragged wide of Alex Palmer's goal, and it will be a goal kick to West Bromwich Albion. Matson winning the ball really well there. Brownhill with a good pass in there, and Teller about 20 yards from goal struck it, but struck it very poorly. Teller, who's got 8 goals in all competitions this season for the Clarets, just pulling that one wide. A very good player, Nathan Teller. There was talk of Southampton recalling him in January, but they've picked up 3 wins in all competitions. League Cup win over Man City, and knocked out Crystal Palace in the FA Cup a couple of weeks back, and beat Everton at Goodison Park from behind last week. So maybe Nathan Jones, maybe has thought twice about recalling him, which might be good news for the Clarets, because Nathan Teller has been such a good form since joining the Clarets on loan. Obviously, Burnley do go up this season. Company will have to use the transfer market. There's been talk of him strengthening with a striker in the window. There's been rumours that Mikael Obafemi could be coming from Swansea. How true those rumours are, I'm not quite sure, but here comes number 3 now, Connor Townsend for West Brom. Plays the ball into the edge of the area. DK touches it on. Wallace is there on the far side. Ball crossed in, and it's behind for a corner. Brady Dingana rather had got the ball on the far side. It's hard to tell. The bright lights, it shines on the West Brom shirt, so you can't make out the numbers as well as you ought to. John Swift's going to take the corner from the far side here for Albion. Albion attacking the Jimmy McElroy end after the late Claret, who died a few years back, had an 1960 championship winning side. Swift with the corner. And it's beyond Matson, and the ball was almost cleared off the line. And it's behind for a corner. I think there was half appeals for a possible penalty, but I don't think Jared Gillett, the referee, was that interested enough. And despite that, I think it came up Cullen's firing behind. So Swift to try again. 6 Albion players inside that area. And the header's been won. It's been turned in. It's a disastrous start for the Clarets. It's Daryl Furlong. And Burnley, if they're going to keep their own record, must come from behind. Well, what a start for Albion, and the Clarets really haven't got into it at all. They had a warning from the previous corner, and the Clarets have not learnt their lessons. Daryl Furlong with a free header from 6 yards out has put Albion ahead, and he was given far too much freedom in the penalty area. And Albion have struck, and you have to say they threatened it from the previous corner, and their threat has come true. Not the start that Vincent Kompany wanted. Mind you, they were sluggish against Coventry in the last game, But they will have to come do this now a little bit more difficult from behind. It's going to be a lot more difficult for the Clarets now, but maybe, just maybe, that might spur the Clarets into life. Let's hope so. It's not a good start at all. Free header scored by Donnell Furlong. Brownhill makes his way towards the corner flag on the far side, and then the ball knocked out. So 7 minutes to go time, and it was practically a free header for Donnell Furlong. It was a very, very good header, I have to say. And 1-0 to Albion. And one has to say they've richly deserved it. So 1-0 is the score at the moment. And Albion are on the attack again. As we change the score now to 1-0 to West Bromwich Albion. So 1-0 it is. 8 minutes of the game played. And West Brom, who lead by that goal to nil, have a throw-in on the far side. Burnley unbeaten at home this season. At the moment, their proud unbeaten home record looks under threat. The last defeat, you have to go back to early November, 5-2 against Sheffield United. Heading for Vincent's thoughts at this stage as he patrols his touchline over on the far side. West Brom have come out all guns blazing here, and you can't blame them for that. Wallace trying to get beyond his man, but Bayer won the header. And Burnley really need to get into gear, and they haven't done so far. Taylor gets the ball back to Muric, who couldn't have had a prayer with that goal that went past him. It's a terrific start for West Bromwich Albion. You can't escape from that fact. Here's Bayer finding Taylor. So static Burnley were in defence there. Maatson back to Taylor. I just wonder now, there has been interest in a couple of centre halves as well. Al-Dakhil, who's coming to Burnley, signed from Belgian football. Might just make his home debut later on in the piece, who knows? But Burnley mustn't panic at this stage. Remember, they've still got a fairly strong bench. Just to remind you that Benson, who's one of the top, and Rodriguez, who are joint top scorers on 9, along with Anas Sonori, amongst the substitutes. Muric is right out of his penalty area, and that leaves a lot of hearts in mouths when that sort of thing happens. So we're coming up to the hitting 10 minutes here at the Turf on a Friday night on a JB Sports exclusive, and it's Burnley 0, West Bromwich Albion 1. And here's Teller trying to make inroads down the right-hand side, but the ball beats him out of play. You throw in to West Bromwich Albion, almost midway inside their own half. Connor Townsend to take it there, number 3. Of course, we'd like to hear your views. Keep your comments clean. We're still a family programme. Header won by Cullen. Roberts battling for it. Play for Wales, of course, in the World Cup. Number 19 has it now, John Swift. It was this corner that led to Donnell Furlong. That's a poor ball by Dara O'Shea, the West Bromwich Albion captain. Remember, it was 1-1 in the game at the Hawthorns back in October. Burnley took the lead for a controversial penalty by Jay Rodriguez, and then Albion got a late equaliser down. And Anas Sonori, good skills by him, whips the ball into the penalty area, looking for Ashley Barnes. Sonori gets the ball back again, uses Maatson on the left. And then the ball knocked back there by Josh Cullen, former West Ham player. And now going back to Ari Muric, who's about 35 yards out of his goal, but launches the ball looking to Anas Sonori, who takes it beautifully on the chest, but he's got nobody in the penalty area. Barnes and Teller are there. Barnes has won the header, and the ball over the top of the bar. A little bit better from Burnley, and they're getting Anas Sonori into it a little bit more in the last sort of 2 or 3 minutes. Had to hold it up a little bit, Anas Sonori, on that last attack, and the ball maybe just a little bit behind Ashley Barnes as the cross came in, but Burnley starting to come into it a little bit. It's a shame it's taken them a goal down to get there. So 2 shots apiece. That one on target, proving very, very valuable for West Bromwich Albion. Not been the start that any Burnley fan would have wanted, but if you're a West Bromwich Albion fan, you'll be, at the moment, cock the hoop, but very cautious. But Burnley are very good in the second half of games. And Company, unlike Sean Dyche before him, is very tactically sound and will make substitutes at the right time. As Joe Wallace, who I thought might start on the right, he started on the left, and he's made inroads, and he's won his team a throw-in, level with his only 6-yard line. Just remember, it's a JB Sports exclusive. And it's John Stuttard back in the commentary box for the first time this calendar year since the World Cup. In fact, it was a corner kick, and Burnley need to deal with that. And they don't deal with it well enough, and it comes to an Albion player on the edge of the area. It's blocked away. Can Teller reach this? No, he can't. But here's Matson trying to break away. There was definitely no foul. There were no appeals from Burnley players, in fairness. And I think Jared Gillett was quite right to play on at that stage. Burnley 0, West Bromwich Albion 1. You're listening to a JB Sports exclusive commentary, audio commentary stream of Burnley against West Bromwich Albion in the Championship. Burnley starting the night first on 59 points, but they're trailing here. Diagana makes the break, ball played into the penalty area, but in comes Ari Muric to catch the ball and take a little bit of heat off the situation for Burnley at this moment in time. And here's Connor Roberts, the right back. As I said, he's played a part in all of the Welsh games in the World Cup. And they finished bottom of the group. They got a 1-1 draw in their first game against the US. But as I said, they couldn't pull it off in the end. It was the Americans and the English that got through in Wales's group. Matson now across the Bayer, just to the right of the centre circle. Plays it to Connor Roberts. There again, looking for Charlie Taylor. At the moment, it's more patience from Burnley than anything else at the moment. They're just trying to go forward as best they can at the moment. Please, you are allowed to comment if you like to air your views. Make them, as I say, keep them respectful and keep your comments clean if you can. Here's Connor Roberts from Muric's pass. Then it's a little bit sideways from Burnley, and that's been a bit of a theme in the last few games. The passing hasn't been as been crisp as it always is with Vincent Kompany's Burnley, but has been tended to go a little sideways. Ball ushered back there to goalkeeper Alex Palmer, who's not really had a lot to lay on the ball at the moment. Burnley really need to get their A game sorted out and PDQ. One kick forward and forward again. West Brom again on the attack. Burnley winning the ball there, had to win it. But now this could be a problem. It's 3 against 3 and Albion are on the attack again. Ball playing into the penalty area. It could be 2-0. Good block again. And the ball comes back. And can Matson keep it in? It was almost a question of when, but Albion, I have to say, looked very, very dangerous on the counter-attack. It's 3 against 3 then for a minute. And Daryl DK pulled the trigger. But I think it was Charlie Taylor who got the block in, and DK had scored his 4th of the season just then. And Burnley may have been looking down the barrel. Ball back now with Alex Palmer for West Bromwich Albion. 16 minutes gone and live on JB Sports, an exclusive JB Sports commentary, audio commentary. Clarets match live from Turf Moor. Burnley 0, West Brom 1. Last time we did one of these, it was 1-0 the other way against Norwich. Jay Rodriguez scoring the penalty there against what was then Dean Smith's side. Now David Wagner's taken over at Norwich. And almost a mistake, almost letting Joe Wallace in. And Ari Muric calmly and confidently spared Burnley brushes there. They're just looking very, very ragged at the moment. Roberts has just about kept that in play. Was on the line, but it has to go over the line for it to be deemed a throw-in. And now here comes Ian Matson, looking to get Burnley on their way. And here's Connor Roberts. Looks up to see what's on. In fact, this is Connor Roberts, sorry. Just need to get Josh Cohen played it to Colin Roberts. Now Bastian to Matson and a Sonori. You need to feed him a bit more, I fancy. You'll have a good battle against Furlong on that side, I think. Has to go back inside. It's going sideways a little bit here for Burnley. Now then, Nathan Teller. Can he cross into the penalty area? Into the 6-yard box. Bronze goes down. They want a penalty. Jared Gillette says no. We play on. Here's Matson and Robert Teller. Oh, good skill by Teller. But once again, good defending from West Bromwich Albion. Well, Ashley Barnes looked dagger towards the referee here, Gillette. Well, it's a 50-50 call. I think Jared Gillette was probably about right. And I'm having to say this for gritty teeth as a Burnley fan, but I think the referee got that one right. Ball knocked forward again. Here's Connor Roberts on the right-hand side. 3 in the penalty area. If Roberts can get one in there. Again, Burnley, well, half-hearted appeals for a penalty turned away. I don't think it was a penalty. And now Albion have dispossessed and they're on their way again. And there's 3 against 3 again. And it's number 12, Daryl DK, who's got it on the far side. The man I used to pronounce his second name is Dyke. It's DK as the ball is played. Well, he did too much there, Daryl DK, if I'm being perfectly frank with you. Of course, if you are listening to the stream and you've not checked out the delights of JB Sports, please subscribe and hit the notification bell, please. We're nearly at 1,000 subscribers. We're about 7 short. If we can get 7 new subscribers tonight, whatever the score, I'll be a happy boy. It'll be a mixed bag if Burnley lose, but you have to say on the balance of play, I think it's no more than what West Bromwich Albion thoroughly deserve. Again, I say through gritty teeth, obviously. Here's Bayer with a long ball forward, looking towards Barnes. And Brownhill too. This is Ashley Barnes, 25 yards from goal. Looks to feed Connor Roberts. Thought about the shot for a moment. Roberts has crossed, deflects behind for a corner on the right-hand side. 20 minutes almost played. This is the second incident. Now, was this a penalty? Well, that looked more of a penalty on Brownhill, I have to say. Oh, that's a definite push there by Furlong. I've got to be honest, that's a penalty. I think the referee may have got that one wrong. Absolutely cutting into Brownhill there. Furlong, very lucky there, the goal scorer, to have got away with that. But Burnley, however, have got a corner. They're first of the game. West Brom have had 3 and scored for 1. Now, can Burnley hit back with their own corner? Matson's going to take it from the right. 20 minutes almost, 20 minutes exactly played. Matson, with his left foot, swings it into the penalty area. Headed out. Brownhill wins the next ball. Flicked on. Albion just about deal with it. Brownhill will win the next ball. Headed back in there again. But Albion again had plenty of those green and yellow shirts back. And at the moment, it looks as if Albion at this moment in time will let Burnley have the ball, but are quite prepared, Carlos Cobra inside, to shut up shop and try and ask Burnley to break them down if they can. Matson can get the crossing from the right in towards Barnes, but it's too close to Alex Palmer, who takes the ball fairly comfortably, and West Brom can breathe again. Don't forget Trevor Sports tomorrow. We'll have commentary as well from the Premier League. Tune into Trevor's channel if you can to that one tomorrow. And then the commentary held me, evidently, one of the channels I work for. You get the feeds from JB Sports. We'll be back with FA Cup action this time next weekend. Some of the ties featured will be the likes of Arsenal away at Manchester City and Brighton against Liverpool. Manchester United Reading is certainly one we'll do, and Preston North End against Tottenham Hotspur. Some of the games you will listen to on the commentary hub, and they will also be streamed on this channel as well. So you'll hear me and a few of the other TCR boys next weekend on the TCR in association with JB Sports. Frustration for Vincent Kompany's side. They trail 1-0. Goal after 7 minutes from Donal Furlong. Let's put Carlos Corberan's side ahead. Remember, he came so mighty close to winning the playoffs with Huddersfield Town last season. Beaten by Nottingham Forest, who have actually signed a former Burnley player today, Chris Wood, on loan from Newcastle till the end of the season. Could be a shrewd signing there for Steve Cooper's men, as they are doing really well to avoid relegation from the Premier League. On a good run in the League Cup semi-finals. Matson switches the play nicely. Brings Nathan Teller into it. On the right-hand side, the Clarets, the leaders of the Championship, trailing by a goal to nil. Teller looking for options. He's got it there with Jordan Bayer. They have to go back, however, which is quite a frustrating thing for the Burnley fans around me at the moment. Now the flick forward from Roberts to Bayer. Cullen again uses Matson. They're going from right to left here, and it's sideways again. Now Anas Zanori. Tricky little customer when he wants to be, but again, forced but go backwards again to Charlie Taylor. And again, it's been the theme. Now then, Taylor keeps it in play. Tries to get the ball into Barnes, who flicks it on. Burnley still in possession. Brownhill did well to win the ball. Matson's there too. Now then, they might have a chance to get Sahari into a crossing position here on the left-hand side. Sahari's cross deflects. They'll take a corner for that, the Clarets. And I think that was probably the best they could have hoped for, because there was two players doubling up, Brady Diagana and Danal Furlong, who are doing a super job. Halfway through the first half, still Burnley 0, West Brom 1 in the Championship. Sheffield United winning as well. So both teams could end up going level on points as big stand. But can Burnley get the equaliser? They need something now. Corner comes in from the left-hand side towards Bayer, who got the header in. Bayer, who got the winner last time out against Coventry. Couldn't repeat the trick. The ball's drifted out for a goal kick to West Bromwich Albion. Oh, DK does look a monster of a player. It's amazing how he's only got 3 goals this season. But this was the Albion attack again. They are so dangerous, Albion, and you can see that in Corberan's teams. They are very good. He had a chance there, and I think it was Josh Cullen, in fact, that got back there and denied DK at the very last. Taylor, that was wretched defended by him, and Cullen showing the back four how to defend. The first half from the back four's point of view, I have to say, have not been good enough. Here's Connor Roberts, who really he's a very good attacking player, but he's not a very good defensive player. It's just not been good enough for Burnley at the back, as far as the back four's concerned. Maybe they are missing a bit of Taylor Harwood Bellis, but he's out for. And the referee has given a free kick foul there on Dara O'Shea. Josh Brownhill and Ashley Barnes perplexed at that decision. Jared Gillette has given it to West Brom. Let's have a look at that decision again. I don't think there was anything in it. I think Dara O'Shea bought it a little bit off the Aussie referee. I'm living in London. Palmer with a kick then, the West Brom goalkeeper. And these two played at the Hawthorns earlier in the season. It was David Button in goal. As Barnes looks to get Anas Zanori away, but Danal Furlong had about 15-yard start on him and was able to clear it down the right-hand side. The West Brom were out inside. The referee's given a free kick here to Burnley, presumably for offside. Can't think of anything else. I think the linesman put his flag up on the far side, and I must admit I didn't see that, but there you go. Another wasteful ball there from Connor Roberts. Not his finest hour so far. Ball not forward again. And now, Roberts is found wanting, but Bayer and Taylor get the ball back now. Murish has to put his foot through it. Actually does well. It's a nice little side foot pass with his right foot to Josh Cullen. Carries it to halfway. Now Roberts, he needs to have a better game than he's already having. He's been poor so far. Matson takes possession. Bastian. Big calls from the starting lineup. I thought Manuel Benson might have started tonight. He's been in fine form. Maybe company wanted to mix things up. Remember, Burnley have had a week to prepare for this. West Brom have had 2 days. Remember that FA Cup replay against Chesterfield at the Hawthorns on Tuesday, which they won by 3-0 and were very worthy winners, although they should have gone out in the first game. We've got a late equaliser when When Thomas Azante should have been off the field. He should have been sent off, but went on to score the equaliser. Here's Nathan Teller now on the right. Uses Jordan Bayer. Still 1-0 to West Bromwich Albion. 7th minute to go. Scored by Donal Furlong, and a free header it was too. Very poor. And it was so static, the Burnley defending, you wouldn't believe. The back four for Burnley at certain stages in this game have not been good enough. Anna Sonori now for Burnley, left-hand side. Ball played in there. Ashley Barnes takes it well. Taylor waits in the middle. Oh, it's almost an own goal. And the ball being turned wide by Brownhill. And I think it may have gone behind for a corner anyway. But it was nearly an own goal. I think it was Eric Peters. And Taylor's down on the ground. But the volume and Anna Sonori really turning there. Barnes was onside as that ball was played. And then the ball hooked back. He was looking for Teller. And in the end, Peters got it behind. The ball played in. And in fact, it was Eric Peters, the former Burnley player. Now, that would have been an irony if he'd scored an own goal for his former side. In comes the corner from the left-hand side. Breaks again. Cross comes into the penalty area from Ian Matson. It's another Clarets corner. They're getting plenty of corners, but no joy. Brownhill needs to be better. Still no word whether Ashley Westwood will be back. He'd be good on these set pieces right now. He can swing him right in on the goalkeeper. Burnley have missed that this season. Short to Matson. They're going short here. They're trying to mix things up a bit. That's a complete mess. Burnley have messed up that short corner routine to such an extent that Albion now can break out here on the counter-attack. But Brownhill wins the ball really well there. But I'm sorry to say that corner kick routine for Burnley was feeble, pathetic, and a complete mess. Sooner Ashley Westwood comes back from injury, the better. They do have, just to remind you of the two benches, Peacock Farrell for Burnley, Jay Rodriguez, Scott Twine, Emmanuel Benson, who's the man in form, Vitinho, Charanoff, and Alki Hill, the new signing from Belgian football. And then for West Brom, it's Button, Ajay, Rogic, the former Celtic player, Jake Livermore, Caelan Grant, Adam Reach, and Gardner Hickman. So both benches quite strong. But it's West Brom holding all the aces and the lead. And a lead that on balance of play has been totally merited and totally deserved. As the ball is laid back again. And we'll have the JB man of the match ready up as well. Name of the player and hashtag it with JB MOTM. So we'll be able to get that back to you this evening. So we're reviving the man of the match award, JB MOTM. The hashtag. At the moment, no Claret looks like winning it at the moment because let's prepare the first 30 minutes. All of them have been pathetic. Just been sideways football. It's been not good to watch. They've almost got an equaliser through more luck than design. And here's a chance now for Albion. Shot comes in from Sean Swift. He'll have a second bite at the cherry. Ball deflects. It will be an Albion corner. And at the moment, Albion looking at very good at the moment. Apologies there if I put Ross Vernon's comment up there. Sorry, Ross. Wasn't meant to happen that way. Still 1-0. Coming to your stream rod on your own is a pretty hard business, let me tell you. Right, Burnley have got to mark up better on this corner. They were poor on some of the earlier West Brom corners. Swift, whose delivery tonight for West Brom has been top rate, it has to be said. Swift with the corner from the left-hand side. Muric goes up and the ball has been lost and he's been bundled in, but the referee has blown. It's a free kick. Free kick. No goal. Free kick to Burnley. Even Muric is having a mare, but he's got away with one there. Let's see what happens. Muric is impeded and had both hands on the ball and the ball was headed out. That to me was cheating. Look at that. I'm sorry, but okay. Yokozuna there, the Turk was absolutely, well, he should be booked for that. You can't knock the ball out of the goalkeeper's hand. I think that's a bookable offence. personally, but there you go. Burnley 0, West Brom 1. If you've just joined us on the I was going to say the commentary, but we're only on JB Sports tonight. As Burnley at the moment are just playing as if they don't care. So one or two of the players, Connor Roberts being one, and I don't like to pick out individuals at the moment, but Connor Roberts has been poor. I think Charlie Taylor's been poor. Josh Brownhill has not been at his best. There's certain players really that have not playing or not showing passion in the claret and blue shirt. But Albion are showing that in abundance, and you have to say, deserve to be a goal ahead. And I say this through gritted teeth, but Burnley have been poor. Roberts in possession, picks out Bastion. He's been a bit quiet in this first half, I have to say. Now then, Matson. Zahori starts a break on the left, but Matson then just goes in field. Matson then was... He obviously saw Anas Sonori make a good run there. And they need to get Sonori on the ball, because anything that he gets, every time he gets the ball, something looks likely to happen from a Burnley viewpoint. Now then, Burnley have to get Sonori into the game. That's my feeling. Matson in possession just inside the West Brom half, but they're going sideways again. They are now in possession. Burnley here at the moment do not look like getting into this game at all. Maybe the hairdryer treatment from Vincent Company might well be a necessity at half-time should the score stay the same. They're in possession. Drifts out towards the right-hand side. But again, infield it goes to Josh Cullen. One of these Burnley players has to get their foot on the ball and say, come on, that's enough. Let's get Anas Sonori on the ball. Now he gets it. On the far side, the left-hand side, he'll have a run at Donald Furlong. You can be rest assured of that. He's looking to take his man on, and that's even him. He's having a pull. He's probably been Burnley's best player so far, but he's up a little bit off colour. Maybe they need the industry of Josh Benson. Not Josh Benson, I mean Manuel Benson. Josh Benson, a former Burnley youngster. Yeah, I got myself mixed up there a little bit. Here's Nathan Teller. He's also been in good form. Here's Cullen trying to thread that ball. Barnes did look a little bit suspiciously offside there. And DK wins the ball there against Cullen. That's poor play again, really, from Burnley. And I have to say, it's not been good enough. Half-time, Sheffield United 1, Hull City 0. But just to remind you that Sheffield United could well be in big trouble with the Football League. They've been placed under a transfer embargo, so that could mean anything from dock points to fines. Apparently, there's been rumours of illegal transfer activity in the last few years at Bramall Lane. So that's why they're under an embargo at the moment. Not good news for them, but on the pitch, it's good news. They're leading 1-0 at the break in the Yorkshire Derby. Tellus hits the shot. Comes away again. Matson tries it. Deflected it in! Off Barnes, but the flag is up for offside against Ashley Barnes. It's not Burnley's first half by any stretch, is it? Linesman put his flag up. This will be interesting. Roberts with an intelligent cut back. Teller tried the first effort, then it came out to Matson. And for me, Barnes is onside. He's level. I think the linesman's got that wrong. I think that's a goal. I think that's a perfectly legitimate goal for Burnley. And I think that's a disgraceful decision from the linesman. Still remains 1-0 to Albion, but they've got away with one in my to me. Free kick taken by Alex Palmer, who's very lucky, in my opinion, to have a clean sheet against his name. It's a good finish from Ashley Barnes. So at least Burnley have found the net. If there's any positive to take out of that last attack. Burnley know where the back of the net is. So no panic at the moment. They just need to get their foot on the ball and start playing a little bit. They've got a free kick as well. And I'm trying to figure out who that is. Donald Furlong is being spoken to by the referee, the goal scorer. It was a good header that she scored from. This is the incident again. Oh, dear me. It's a poor challenge. Anas Sonori, the man, he absolutely clobbered. And I'll be amazed if Furlong gets away without a booking at least. Zahori is down on his haunches, and this is a big blow for Burnley if he doesn't continue. And Russ agreeing with me that Barnes was onside, and I think that equaliser, which was choked out, should have stood. I'm afraid Jared Gillett has got that one wrong. Maybe he should stick to Australian rules football, maybe. 37 gone. Burnley 0, West Bromwich Albion 1. Cobblers overhand side, probably just about deserving of the lead, but they've got away with a few. Got away with a couple of decisions, including the offside. Possible penalty should have been given for a foul on Josh Brownhill, but they're running their luck, and at the moment, the roulette wheel is the game of roulette. Bouncing, all the balls in the game of roulette are bouncing in their favour. They're the ones with the big chips at the moment. Burnley mustn't panic, even though at this stage they are trailing. Now then, Zahori back up on his feet. Here he is now. Plays it back to Matson. But again, Burnley going backwards. They need to go forwards. They have to go forwards here. Ball chip forward. Looking towards Barnes. The ball didn't have enough oomph on it. And then the ball knocked into touch for a West Brom throw. But that goal from Barnes, for me, should have stood. And I tell you what, if VAR had been involved here tonight, I can bet your bottom dollar that that goal would have stood. For me, it's 100% level. I don't care what anyone else thinks. That's a goal. That's a perfectly good goal. And I think Burnley and Vincent Kompany, if they lose this game, will feel very aggrieved and very entitled to feel that way. But then again, when you look at the bigger picture, in certain areas of the first half, the back four especially, they've not been good enough. Here's Josh Cullen. Still inside his own half. Still that one shot on target. This is counted very big time for West Bromwich Albion. Scored by Darnell Furlong, who should have been booked early on. As the ball a moment ago. It's Ashley Barnes takes possession. Eric Peters, his former Clarets colleague, is there. Former Stoke player, of course. Ball bladed towards Teller at the back post, and the header one. But it's an easy one for goalkeeper Alex Palmer. And again, the offside flag's going up. Too much for my liking. And again, I didn't think that was offside neither. The linesman on the near side is having a mare, as far as I'm concerned. We'll take a couple of minutes break and then bring your second half commentary. After we'll have a 10-minute break and then we join you for the second half. The JB Sports exclusive. Remember, Burnley will stay on 59 points if they lose tonight. The proud unbeaten record is seriously under threat now. Not been their half so far, but still a long way to go. And Vincent Kompany in a lot of the games has made very good substitutions. Remember, Emmanuel Benson is on the bench. So there's every possibility that Burnley can still turn this around. They have had the ball in the net, but it doesn't stand. And that's a questionable decision by Ian Husson, who's an experienced official. And in fact, it was Simon Long rather than Ian Husson. Simon Long, couple of offsides, very questionable. West Brom have a throw-in. Far side. Header one by DK. And the ball tried to be backheeled by Dan Garner towards Jed Wallace. Ball out of play. Still 1-0 to West Bromwich Albion. 5 minutes to go to half time. Just less than that, actually. Fourth official Tom Neild. I have to say, the standard of refereeing across the board from the officials in the Premier League down to League Two is at a very, very poor standard. Jared Gillett, no different to anybody else. And again, another Burnley player going down. Jared Gillett's given a throw-in. Oh no, he's given a free kick. Yellow card, and about time too. Furlong is, well, how many challenges did Furlong have to make? Silly challenges did Furlong have to make before he was going to get booked? He should have been booked 5 minutes earlier. He's absolutely bullying Zahori, and he's bullying him in the wrong sort of fashion. It's a disgrace. The goal scorer booked, and I think about time it took Gillett probably 5 minutes too long to book Darnell Furlong. And you just wonder if he'd have been booked for the first challenge, he could have easily been sent off the field, the goal scorer. Burnley 0, West Brom 1. 3 minutes towards, just over 3 minutes towards half time, plus any injury and stoppage time that Mr. Neil, the fourth official, will add on at the end. Maatsen now in possession. Charlie Taylor, who's not a centre-back by trade, but has played there before. But Burnley have been poor. Despite the referee, the iffy linesman and the iffy referee from Gillett tonight, let's not make any doubt about it. Look at the bigger picture. Burnley have been poor in certain areas of the field. The passing has been too much sideways. The decision-making of the back four, the marking on the corners, especially the goal scored by Furlong, was of a very poor standard. Here's Bastian now in possession. Now, they need to get Sahori on the ball. Sahori gets the cross in there. Brownhill lets it. Barnes again, he's in the bar! Barnes is in the bar, and then Brownhill comes in. And it's over the top. Well, Ashley Barnes there with a glorious opportunity to get the equaliser goal. He has scored against West Brom before, you know. He beat the goalkeeper all right, but he hit the bar. And then Brownhill just couldn't direct the rebound goalwards. But this is the value when you get Anas Sonori on the ball, crossing in like that. That's a really good cross. He's probably been the player of the Burnley player of the first half, Anas Sonori, for me. You get him on the ball, he causes problems, he causes mayhem. And that's exactly what happened there. But Barnes just was very unfortunate not to finish that off. And Burnley could and should have been level in this game by now. Palmer with the kick. How he's kept a clean sheet so far, I don't know why. Here's a chance now for Teller on the left-hand side. He's against 5 West Brom boys. And Teller goes down. The referee surely must give a penalty, but he doesn't. And I think that's a cast iron penalty. And I think Teller went down there, and I think it's a penalty. West Brom are claiming that Teller made a meal of it, but I think that's a cast iron penalty. And I think if that had gone to VAR, I think Burnley would have had a penalty there. Barnes is leading the protest. There's a melee going on. And I don't think the referee is winning many friends around here. And now he's going to have words with somebody. Well, I thought that was a 99.9% a cast iron penalty. A foul definitely on Nathan Teller. But the referee has given it the other way to Albion. Well, Teller gets away. He's surrounded by 5 Albion defenders. Now let's see. Oh, he's tripped him. He's tripped him for sure. That's a penalty. There's no way in the world that Teller dived and then Malumbu gets involved. Malumbu gets involved, and I think he should be booked for pushing Teller. That's a penalty. You trying to tell me that's not a penalty? Furlong has been at it all night long. How the goal scorer has not been sent off, I will never know. That, to me, was a cast iron penalty. And Burnley have had 2 of them now, and a dubious offside goal chalked off. Headed out for a corner to Burnley. Townsend nailing it behind. Controversy here towards the end of the first half at Turf Moor. I disagree with it. It's a penalty. Every day of the week. I don't think Teller is looking for that at all. You might accuse me of being biased or anything like that, but for me, that's a penalty. 2 added minutes at the end of the first half. And the West Brom players, the attitude of them stunk there. They were trying to get Teller booked for nothing. Maatsen with the corner. Deliveries from the corners, I have to say, have got to be better. That's a better corner, and Burnley again, so close. I think it was Cohen in there, I think. Played it towards the near post, and yes, it was Cohen. It was Cohen. And it also came off Charlie Taylor as well, so the goal kick has been given. So in fact, it wasn't Cohen, it was Jordan Bayer. I beg your pardon. Well, in fact, it is another corner towards the near post, a poor corner. I thought it was a goal kick. It wasn't. It was a corner again. Maatsen took it. It was a feeble corner from him. Here's Brownhill. Here Maatsen again. Looking to play a 1-2 with Anas Sonori, who's drifted over to the right-hand side towards the end of this first half. We've got about 40 seconds of the 2 added. Should stress it's a minimum of. Bayer in possession. Looks for Cohen. Cohen. Can he get Burnley back into this? Can they score late in the day here at the turf at the end of the first half? At the moment, it's been a feeble display. Nothing that Arlen Muric could have done about it. The goal that's gone past him. Townsend lets it go back to his goalkeeper. That should be that for the first half then. And it's been disappointing from Burnley's point of view. But should they have had a couple of cast iron penalties, and should that offside goal, should the finished goal from Barnes that was disallowed for offside have been allowed to stand, as referee Gillett brings to the end of a controversial first half of football. I don't think there's any question about that. Burnley behind at the break. Goal from Donnell Furlong, who could arguably been sent off. He could have been sent off for 2 bad challenges. Came after 7 minutes, so Burnley with it all to do then at the turf. They trail West Bromwich Albion by a 1-0 here. We're going to take a 10-minute break. And then after that break, we'll bring you full second half commentary of Burnley against West Brom. But Burnley have got it all to do at the break. Hard time here after a controversial first half where Burnley couldn't get a decision to save their lives. It's Burnley 0, West Brom 1. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Welcome back to Turf War, where Burnley trailed by a goal to nil at the break. And I've just seen a picture there of referee Jared Gillett laughing with a West Brom player. Well, that summed it up from a Burnley fan's point of view. Disgraceful refereeing it was. 2 Burnley penalties controversially turned down. Furlong was lucky not to have been sent off, although his goal separating things. And Ashley Barnes' goal should have stood for offside, but didn't. And Burnley, well, they need well, to be honest with you, it's been a disgrace from the referee, but there's still 45 minutes to go. Burnley are still in this contest. And, well, back with you for the second half. Jay Rodriguez, who's got 9 goals this season, still amongst the substitutes. I wonder if he's made any half-time changes. I'm not sure anyone's made half-time changes. No, it looks as if it's the same 11s, which I'll run through with you in a moment. His side, very lucky, in my opinion, to be a goal up in this. Although after 20-odd minutes, they did deserve it. But Burnley came into it, should have had 2 penalties, and should have had a goal allowed when it never looked offside. Anyway, no half-time changes from either side, as much as I know. But what I can say is that Burnley can't play any worse than they did in the most of the first half. You take the emotion and the refereeing out of it. Jerry Gillett blows the whistle, and off we go now in the second half. Burnley attacking Jimmy McElroy end, away to my left-hand side, their favourite end. West Brom attacking towards the cricket field stand where at least 1,500 of their supporters are. At the moment, they're the ones currently celebrating. They've had a good run. And I did say at the start, it would be wrong to underestimate West Brom at your peril. So, but there's a long way to go yet in this game. And if Burnley can get themselves an equaliser, they've been in more dangerous situations than this before, when their home record is short as DK tries to make inroads inside the area. Burnley dealt with that a bit better and get a free kick for a foul there by Daryl DK. That one, Connor Roberts, who I thought was the poorest player on the field in the first half. Burnley really need to really up the ante in the second half, I feel. Charlie Taylor didn't have a good game, I felt, at centre half, but mind you, it's a tough act to follow Taylor Hardwood bouncing again. Burnley going backwards. Why are they doing this? They need to up the ante in the second half. Minute and 15 gone in the second half. Still Burnley 0, West Brom 1. I'll run through the 2 lineups in just a second for you as soon as we get a break in play. They're unchanged from the first half. Here's Cohen. Now then, ball played in there towards Ashley Barnes. Barnes, who should have had a goal given in his favour, but it was controversially rolled out by linesman Simon Long. Cross comes in, looking towards Anasori, ball out of play, goal kicked. So it gives me an opportunity to run through the 2 sides. Burnley with Ari Muric in goal. Connor Roberts, Charlie Taylor, Jordan Bayer and Ian Matheson in the back 4. Samuel Bastian, Josh Brownhill, Josh Cohen and Nathan Teller, with Ashley Barnes and Anasori further forward. On the bench, Peacock, Farrell, Rodriguez, Twine, Benson, Bettinio, Charanov and Al Dakil. West Brom, Alex Palmer in goal. Dar Rocher, Connor Townsend and Donald Furlong, who scored the goal, lucky not to be sent off, obviously, across the back. And Eric Peters across the back. And then Jed Wallace, Grady Garner, Jason Malembic, John Swift, Oke Yokazu and Daryl DK completing the lineup. Button, Ajayi, Rogic, Livermore, Grant, Reach, Gardner, Hickman on the bench. You haven't missed anything whilst I was running through the 2 lineups. Ball back to Alex Palmer, whose clean sheet has lived a charmed life, certainly throughout the second half of the first half. At the time when West Brom scored, it was a deserved lead, but it looks a bit more precarious. Burnley was slow to get into the thick of the action. Took them about good half an hour, and then the last 15 minutes really laid siege towards the West Brom's goal. Already the Burnley substitutes, I can see over on the far side, warming up. So we may see Emmanuel Benson on anytime soon. Here's Charlie Taylor now. Jordan Bayer now lifts the ball forward, looking towards Barnes. Brownhill was there in support. But again, good defending from the West Brom defence. Bastian gets it out. Here's Matson. Now then, Anasonori, near side, left-hand side. He'll have a go at Durlon again. He cooks him on toast. Ball into the penalty area. Again, they claim another penalty, and again, Gillette, the referee, says no. Appeals for handball this time. There were about 4, maybe 5 Burnley players. Malumbi was the player involved there for Albion. Let's have a look. Zahori again put Furlong on toast there. Oh, his arm's out. That's a penalty. How has Gillette not seen this? That's clear as day. Handball penalty. That's a penalty for me. Another penalty appeal. That's 3 I've counted that Burnley have not had, and they should have had. Referee Gillette has not been good enough tonight. Maybe he should go and referee in Australian rules football. That's probably more his game. Or maybe be a cricket umpire, because his referee tonight's been pathetic. Ball forward towards Barnes. Knocked away once again. Knocked away by Malumbi, who was very lucky to get away with a penalty not given against him. And DK may be through, but Jordan Bayer did extremely well there. Oh, in fact, it was Charlie Taylor to give him his fair dues. I probably did Charlie Taylor a little bit of disservice calling him Bayer. But anyway, Burnley in possession. Taylor gets possession. Taylor now running towards the penalty area. Zahori in space on the left-hand side. Zahori shoots, hits the defender. Burnley will settle for a corner. Better from the Clarets at the start of the second half. Should they have had a penalty? In my opinion, they should have done. They've had 3 penalty decisions turned away controversially and wrongly, in my opinion, by Jared Gillette, the referee. Matson to take the corner. I have to say the corner deliveries for Burnley have not been of the highest possible calibre. But obviously, the substitutions, Company will know when to play his cards and play his jokers. Matson wins at the penalty area. Comes out again. Edge of the penalty area. Burnley keep it alive. And the ball knocked away. And West Brom could probably attack. But Brownhill gets it forward towards Barnes. Flicked on. And easy for the goalkeeper who can pick that up, despite the fact that Taylor was running in Usain Bolt style towards him. Disappointing night for the Clarets so far, but should they have had a penalty a few moments ago? This side are living a charmed life, Carl Crubber on side. They are living a completely charmed life. First 25 minutes, no complaints. From then on in, it's all been Burnley. And they should have had not 1, not 2, but 3 cast iron penalties. And Ashley Barnes' goal should never have been flagged offside. He was level, clearly level. Here's the ball back to Harold Miric in the Burnley goal. Russ said not a penalty. Again, sorry, got to disagree. Handball, it's a penalty. Here's Matson now for the Clarets. West Brom living a charmed life. Burnley can sense an equaliser. Will they get the subs on? Company really needs to get this right in the second half. Long ball forward again. Josh Brownhill's never going to chase that one down, and Albion were able to hook that clear. They are dangerous on the counter-attack, West Brom. We saw that 2 or 3 examples in the first half. DK nearly comes close to scoring as well. He looks a player, that DK. It's amazing how he's only got 3 goals this season to his name. Here's Charlie Taylor in possession. But Jared Gillette is not going to be the most popular man in the town of Burnley tonight. Controversial decisions, I have to say. If you go to VAR on 1 or 2 of those penalty saves that Burnley had, and why is that? I can't say. Why is that offside? That is another horrible decision from the officials. He was never offside. What are these officials playing at here? I don't like to bring this up, but I'm not one to accuse certain teams of trying to buy the referee here. At the moment, it looks as if there's a little bit of collusion between the referee and West Bromwich Albion here. I've got to be honest. Where is that? Where was an offside there? There was nobody beyond. There was nobody near the last defender. I'm afraid the referees and the officials have been a disgrace. Cullen in possession. Burnley will feel hard done by at this stage. Ball knocked back once again. Taylor has it in possession. We're coming up towards the 10-minute mark of the second half here on JB Sports. Live commentary for a Friday night. Clarets Match Live. Burnley 0, West Bromwich Albion 1. Can Burnley turn this one around? Cullen has possession. Cullen turns. But again, Burnley going backwards. It's becoming a theme again. It's almost like watching a Sean Dyche team, I'm afraid. Going backwards to try and go forwards. Someone in this Burnley side needs to grab the ball by the horns and drag this Burnley side, kicking and screaming back towards parity. Maatsen in possession. But again, they're going backwards. This is not what we want to see. Bayer is under pressure now. It's just putting Burnley under a lot of pressure. They can't afford to go backwards. We've had 10 minutes of the second half. 35 to go. Burnley trailing here. Barnes has worked hard. Has been very unlucky not to have had a goal given for him. Barnes has touched as Zahori was poor. And Eric Peters, the former Burnley man, hooking it in to touch. Maatsen with a throw. Bastian. Something needs to change here and quick for Burnley. That's a good ball if he can pick out Roberts. Good chest control by Connor Roberts. Does really well now. Taylor. I'm afraid. That looks a very dubious decision. How can Taylor? Eric Peters is a very strong player, and Nathan Taylor is probably 3 times less the size than he is. And then, well, how can he give away a free kick? That's a mismatch in any language, and I'm afraid the officials are far from covering themselves in any glory tonight. The officials, all 3 of them, referee and the 2 linesmen, have been shambolic, feeble, and quite frankly, absolutely not good enough to referee a football match at any level, even a park game. It's not been good enough. Here's Maatsen for Burnley. Taylor in possession. Again, they're going backwards, and this is not a good sign. Maybe it's a good tactical battle for Carvajal to win, but it's not so good if you're a Burnley fan at the moment, which I number myself one. Here's the ball knocked forward. Burnley will feel hard done by certain officials, by certain decisions by Mr. Gillette, who he'll have to say has been feeble and pathetic. They should have had 3 penalties and a goal given in their favour. But Burnley asking a lot of questions now. Ball knocked into the penalty area. Barnes is there. And the ball might drop to Barnes. Played in there and it's beyond terror. And what's the ref given here? Another pathetic decision again. What did Barnes do wrong again? Oh my goodness me. This referee has been poor. Well, I can't see anything wrong with that at all. How can Taylor have fouled his man here? He gets the ball. And the West Brom player, Townsend, has made a complete meal of it. And the Aussie referee has fallen for it again. Oh, this is... And you can tell the Burnley fans are fuming. I think the referee's making it all about him, if I'm being frank. Might have said a few people in the comment section, but this has not been good enough. He's a Premier League official. He's supposed to be a FIFA-approved referee. Well, probably living up to FIFA's naming corruption, perhaps. It's a strong word, maybe, but Burnley have certainly given it a good go in the second half. They've been the better side in the second half. I don't think anybody could moan about that. West Brom haven't laid a glove in the second half. 25 minutes, good value, but the referee has has not helped Burnley's cause in any way, shape or form. Sahori looks to get the ball in there. Into the penalty area it goes towards the far post. And again, it goes behind. Barnes couldn't flick it on. And in the end, it's gone behind. Well, I don't think he kicks Townsend. I think Townsend has made a meal of it. The referee's bought it. Burnley have won a corner, incidentally. There are going to be changes. Craig Bellamy waving some of the substitutes back. Maybe Company's going to make changes. He's left it until an hour. But can Burnley get themselves an equaliser? They will avert it if they get this from the corner, but it doesn't look as if it's going to be. It's a poor corner from Brownhill, if I'm being honest. Roberts keeps possession, finds Teller. Or rather Matson, sorry. Back to Roberts. Roberts needs to be a good cross. They needed to cross it then. Burnley delaying things here. Ball played in. Teller might have a shot. And then his first touch really let him down. Sahori onside. Sahori inside the area. Sahori shoots, deflected away, and West Brom still riding their luck. Come off the defender. I think it might have been Eric Peters. Let's see. Sahori did really well there. 9 times out of 10, he's going the back in the net. Oh, that's a good header away actually by Yokozu. Got his body in the way. That's what you have to do when you're defending side. Matson with a corner from the far side. It's not the best corner, but it nearly turned out to be a very lucky break for Burnley. Still in play. Comes to Bastian. Will he hear for the shot? No, he won't. Matson will try again. He'll reload into the area. Teller goes up. He was going to be well beaten in the air, really. West Brom have got big defenders, and Teller's about less than 6 foot, isn't he? So, and Muric dangerously way out of his goal. It's hooked out into touch. And another Burnley attack breaks down. More comments flooding in. Calm down, commentator. There's plenty of time left. I'm just worried, Sean, about the time. And a draw wouldn't be good enough considering the Sheffield United result. Burnley need to win this game. Half an hour to go. Time running out. But Enrique, the Clarets must trust. And there's going to be substitutions, and I hope one of them will be not Josh Benson, will be Emmanuel Benson. Now, he can change games. He's been in the man in form at the moment. He's looked a really good player. Now, Sahori has probably been Burnley's brightest start. They just need to get him on the ball and off. There's a little chip in there. But again, the West Brom defence, you have to say, I've read the ball and I read the situations well. But when you look at the bigger picture and you take the iffy refereeing out of it, and we're going to see Jay Rodriguez and Manuel Benson on. I keep getting him mixed up with a former ex-Burnley player. So Benson and Jay Rodriguez about to come on. Company had to make changes there and then. I think Barnes' race has been won, but he's battled gamely up front, I have to say. And Teller's blocked the Clarets pretty well. Teller now, can he seize upon that opportunity? Not really, but Nathan Teller starting to come into this game more and more as each minute goes by. Still, West Brom hanging on a bit here in this second half. You have to say Burnley are the team in the ascendancy. Here's Sahori, the Moroccan. It's a good ball out towards the far side. Roberts takes it down nicely on the chest. Townsend, the defender, in front of him. Teller with the cross, deflection. It's a corner. Corner to Burnley. Burnley are knocking on the door here. Can they get that equalising goal? Here come the subs. Off comes Ashley Barnes. On comes Jay Rodriguez. And the other substitution is Bastian for Emmanuel Benson. So Barnes off, Rodriguez on. He's had a decent game, Barnes. Should have had a goal, but was wrongly chalked off for offside. Jay Rodriguez. So all 3 of the top scorers on 9 goals. I've got a big chance here to go out to 10 goals. So far, Burnley in the ascendancy. 63 almost gone. Burnley had the corner. They got Benson on. Into the penalty area it goes. Header won by, was it Brownhill in there? There's a bit of a crowd saying he tried that West Bromwich Albion penalty area, but the ball hushed back to goalkeeper Ari Muric. Oh, risky, but he got away with it. Found Charlie Taylor, but it could have gone out. It could have gone the other way then. Muric is a decent goalkeeper, but when he plays passes like that, oh, leaves supporters' hearts in mouths. Here's Cullen, near touchline. Goes infield to the centre circle, finds Brownhill. Burnley have to get the ball forward. 25 minutes just over to go. They need to find a goal from somewhere. Time is running out. They need to get the likes of Benson and Zahari on the ball. That's not a good ball. Too strong. And Dario O'Shea will let that one go. But it's been a tough old evening so far for everybody in Claret and Blue. There's still a little bit of time left. I think a point will not be good enough. They need to get all three. That's my verdict anyway. He's great. I'm enjoying it from Buenos Aires. Are you on holiday in Buenos Aires? By the way, what's your name? Sean. Are you from Buenos Aires by any chance? Or are you holidaying there? Burnley trail by a goal to nil. Just 25 and a half minutes plus injury and stoppage time to go. The game has been marred in a lot of ways by Gerard Gillette's questionable refereeing. But West Brom, you've got to give them credit, they're holding firm. Here's Matson on the ball, left-hand side, infield to Cullen. Cullen. Oh, he's gone backwards again. There was a couple of opportunities possibly to get balls forward and he went backwards. But they've got Anna Sonori, however, on the ball. And Zahari turns the ball in there. Jay Rodriguez, a former Albion player, has possession. Can Burnley find a goal here? Zahari to the byline. Does well. Wins his team a corner. This is better from the Clarets. They've been much livelier in the second half. 20 minutes gone in the second half. Still Burnley 0, West Brom 1. Brownhill, whose corners have been feeble so far, needs to be bang on the money here. Goes short. And the last time they took a short corner, they completely messed it up. It was too many cooks. Benson gets his first touch. Now then, clean pair of heels. Pressure X on the bench. Oh, and he's flicked forward by Brownhill when he's hooked away by O'Shea. The Clarets close, but not close enough. But Emmanuel Benson here, looking to take on his man. Absolutely tanked him for pace. And Brownhill, I think it was a half a chance. Here's Matson. Matson trying the shot. It's blocked away. The ball knocked into the penalty area. Flicked on. It might break to Zahari, but every loose ball is won by an Albion defender. You've got to give him credit for sticking in there. Ball into the penalty area. Burnley asking all the questions, but Albion coming up with all the answers at the moment. Oh, and the ball just wouldn't break to neither Benson or Zahari on that left-hand side. And the chance goes for the moment anyway for Burnley. Albion about to bring on number 7, Rogic, the former Celtic player. And off comes John Swift, whose corner led to the early goal scored by Donnell Furlong, who arguably, and I say this, and I use the word strongly, arguably could have been sent off for 2 bookable offences. Tom Rogic, the player, as I mentioned, former Celtic man. West Brom have a throw-in line with their own 18-yard area, and it's going to be Donnell Furlong on the right, on the near side to take it. Burnley 0, West Brom 1. Albion, you've got to say, are hanging in there, but they've needed a lot of ruck and a bit of referees. 67 gone, halfway through the second half. Still Burnley 0, West Brom 1. Led as early as the 7th minute. This is going to be an emotional finish now. We knew coming here tonight it wasn't going to be easy. And so it has proved. Having said that, Jeb Wallace has been quite quiet for me, I have to say. Burnley still trail. but they're very much alive in this game. And I have to say, with the greatest of respect, I think Burnley should have had 3 penalties and an offside goal that should have been allowed when Barnes, in my opinion, was 100% level, clearly level. And that's very poor refereeing from an Australian official who is not good enough to referee at any level, not even at park football. Not good enough by half. Ball back with the goalkeeper. Oh, that was almost a loose one. O'Shea takes it for West Brom. Plays it to Furlong, the goal scorer. Down the left-hand side. And the ball back to Ari Miric. Burnley's proud, unbeaten home record. Seriously under threat, but it has been under threat many times before. Rotherham, especially when they were out-and-out time wasting, and it came back to haunt them. Can Burnley summon up a bit of maybe Alex Ferguson's spirit? Trailing 1-0. Maatsen with possession. They are looking for this equalising goal. And are looking more and more threatening as each moment goes by, especially now you've got Rodriguez and Emmanuel Benson on. But again, you're going backwards, and it's not where Burnley need it right now. They need it down that Jimmy Mack end of the field. And it's going back towards the cricket field end. It's still not enough. It's just frustrating to see. Burnley are trailing, but they need to get the ball forward. Somebody in a claret shirt needs to get the game by the scruff of the neck and drag Burnley out of this mess. Maatsen tries to do just that, but finds a West Brom brick wall in the way. Ball chipped in there towards Jay Rodriguez. Good intelligent ball to Sahori. Sahori's cross is a good one, but it's again headed away. Albion player in the right place at the right time, you have to say. Bayer has to go back to his goalkeeper. And he's here for a few weeks. He's going to watch River Plate. Good choice. Good team, River Plate. One of the best teams in Argentina, of course. Well known, of course. River Plate. Burnley coming forward now in the championship. 20 to go. Sahori has possession. He again has his man on toast. The cross wasn't the best I've seen Sahori put in. No foul there. Referee's letting it go. That makes a change. Yes. Oh, that's Sahori. I thought it was a foul there, but the referee was happy enough with the challenge. Now, Charlie Taylor has to be quick, and he does just enough. Gets it back to his goalkeeper. DK looks an absolute threat, certainly on the counter attack from a West Brom point of view. Less than 20 minutes to play, plus injury time. I just wonder how much injury and stoppage time will be added on at the end. I can't see it being 10 minutes. Can't see it being 15 minutes like the Rotherham game, as West Brom haven't got time wasted. There's a Burnley player offside and he's injured, so he has to get off the field, really. And it's Sahori. Is it Emmanuel Benson? It's Benson who's injured, not Sahori. I have to say some of the tackling from West Brom has been probably crossed the line to the most thuggish sort of way. Sometimes you've got to win games ugly. That's what they're doing at the moment. They are the away side. Benson is off the field. This is not good news. Burnley are now down to 10 men for the remainder. Benson is going to carry on. He's going to try and run this off. Tough man. Ball played into the penalty area again. Peters gets that one away. Maybe the former Clarets coming back towards his old team, maybe. Ball played on. Looking forward to Rodriguez. Fairham got a touch on it. Desperate defending from West Brom, it's got to be said. Sahori now. Sahori digging a little bit across. Just too much. And the shot from Terra blocked away. Benson with another effort that goes wide. And a goal kick to Albion. They're riding their luck. But round they look, they are. And it still remains 1-0 with 18 and a half minutes plus injury time to play. I think that might have been going in from Taylor, that first volley that was blocked. Who blocked it? That's what I'd like to know. Was it Peters? It was. Actually, a good header from the former Burnley player. Playing at centre-back. And now there's a player down injured, and, well, West Brom reverting to the old time-wasting trick again. And Jared Gillette has got to add time on for this at the end. Benson seems to be all right. I think he's... Well, it's the wrong time to be taking a drinks break with Burnley are in the ascendancy, but they'll call it game management, Albion. I call it cheating in my book. Now then, was this a foul on Benson? Well, it's a very robust challenge there by Townsend. He got the ball clearly, but I think it was bordering on the dangerous side, that challenge, and could have done serious damage to Emmanuel Benson. He's lucky to get away with it, and it's only because he took the ball that he got away with it. There's been some comments coming in again. Hold down to 10 men. Tete has been sent off for violent conduct. Well, Hull are not doing us any favours, are they? Shame on you. Sheffield United winning. But remember, they're under a transfer embargo. That could mean anything as a punishment. Points deductions, fines. They've not been doing their business good enough. Yes, Sahori through the middle. Terrace through. Surely this must be it for Burnley. Terrace shoots. Goal! Nathan Terrace has done it. Burnley a rebel and deserve to be in his second half. What a finish when it's on loan for man from Southampton. And Terror has equalised. And Burnley have got a quarter of an hour to win this. And you've got to say, this on the basis of the second half performance, it's no more than they deserve. Good ball from Zahari. Terror clearly on. And he had the pace. Goalkeeper could ask questions. Was he too far off the line? And what a finish. Timed his run well. Did he nutmeg him as well? Oh, yes. No, he didn't nutmeg him, but he went past him. He hit it really true, and Burnley deservedly a level. Right into the left corner. And Burnley have got themselves back in this game. It's 1-1 now, and it's all to play for here at the Turf. A lead, a goal they've richly deserved on the balance of play. So 1-1. And with a quarter of an hour left, Burnley are the team you would think in this situation should win it. 12 shots to 6 in Burnley's favour. One each on target. Both have been goal-scoring shots on target. Another free kick to West Brom. But the parity has been restored. And it was a cool finish from Nathan Teller. That's his ninth goal. Now he becomes Burnley's fourth player on 9 goals alongside Benson, Sahori and Jay Rodriguez. Free kick, Jed Wallace to take. Not seen much of it. Furlong got free at the far post there and could have got the header on target, and that would have been an unfortunate moment for the Clarets. Peters in possession. But Albion now. Oh, they've lost it. Oh, the referee is blown. I thought that was a good tackle, and Tellers frustrated, and Gillette is not winning any friends here, especially not with the Burnley fans, especially not with this commentator. That, to me, I've got to be honest, I thought that was a 100% clean tackle. And if we're going to give free kicks for that, why don't we just knock the game back in the dark ages? Now, you tell me, where was the wrong in that? That was a perfectly good tackle there. Look at this. Come on. No, to be fair, no, he doesn't win the ball. I take back what I said there. From the first angle, it looked as if he got the ball cleanly. But as it turns out, looking at another replay, I think the referee, and I'm going to take back what I said there, I think the referee got it spot on. It is a free kick to Albion. So I take back what I said. But when you look at it in real time and you look at it from the first thing, it looks like a completely fair tackle. But then when you see it from the reverse angle, I can understand why Gillette has given it. Jed Wallace now for Burnley. For Albion, rather. I wish he was playing for Burnley. Here's Furlong. Furlong now. All problems here from Albion. Good saving in here from near post by Muric, and it needed to be saved. Burnley just living on their nerves a little bit. Malumbi with the shot. Right-footed. And it was a save, mind you, it was a save that you would expect Ari Muric to have made. And that has kept Burnley on parity. I'll take back what I said about Josh Cohen. To be fair, I got that one wrong. But from the first angle, it looked a 100% clean tackle. But when you see it from another angle, I can't understand why Gillett gave it. 1-1. 12 minutes plus injury time to play. West Brom have a corner. And Burnley have defended the set plays better, I have to say, in the second half. They've been much, much better. So, 12 minutes for Burnley or West Brom. Can't count them out to possibly win it. But I would say, on the way the second half has gone, you would fancy Burnley at this stage. And I think it's been fair justice that Burnley have got back on terms. Full time at Brom Lane, Sheffield United have beaten Hull City. But Burnley are taking care of their own business at the moment. If they can get another goal, they'll keep that lead over Sheffield United to 5 points. At the moment, they are going to be the first team in the Championship to touch 60 points. Here's Cullen. Into the penalty area it goes. Good intelligent ball out to the left-hand side. Sahari tricks Donnell furlong, but the cross wasn't what you would have expected from Anna Sonori. He's been Burnley's most likely player to make it happen along with Taylor. Taylor certainly made it happen, that's for sure. Good finish by him. Into the left corner. And Burnley have pulled themselves level. 10.5 minutes left to play, plus injury time. Not a good kick, really, from Palmer. Zahari wins the ball, looks to feed Teller. That's going to drift out of play for a West Brom throw on the near side. Of course, JB man of the match. The name of the player we were going to. I'm going to choose the player of the match tonight. I think will be a Clarets man of the match. Actually, we'll choose a man of the match for sure. This is Benson, who seems to have taken that shaking that injury off. Here's Teller, the goal scorer for Burnley. Teller looks to work it into the penalty area. Does well, gets a corner. I think that was the best he could have done under the circumstances. Now then, who will get the winning goal if there is to be one? Brownhill. They're working the short corners again. Not a good delivery, I'm afraid, from the far side. Cohen wins possession. Just need to get Benson on the ball if they can. That's another teasing ball in, but it's far too close to Alex Palmer. With Gabbers in no trouble at all. It was Benson who floated across him, but again, just too close to the goalkeeper. There's been far too many balls. I think the wing play has been excellent from Sahori, Benson and Teller. It's just that final ball into the penalty area that's just been too close to the West Brom goalkeeper. And that's what's probably let Burnley down, certainly in the final third. They've got some defending to do at the other end. Connor Roberts trying to hold things up here at the moment, but to be fair, Peters gets the ball forward, and that's going to go to Ari Miric. But he's been called upon Miric, he hasn't let Burnley down at all. He's done, as far as the goalkeeping and the shot stopping is concerned, a few hearts in mouths with the clearances along the deck, but that said, he's been good. 81 minutes gone, coming up to 82 minutes here at the turf. Clarets match live on a JB Sports, an exclusive. Here's Brownhill, edge of the penalty area, turns to shoot, deflects, another corner. Burnley are asking all the questions here. Can they get the winner? They look the more likely winners, judging by the second half, and that was going on target. They needed two Albion defenders to get in the way of that shot, and they've been going in. We're going to see number 11 here, Scott Twine, come on. I think it's Josh Brownhill is coming off. Scott Twine, who's if you saw a lot of MK Dons last year, you'll understand how good a player he is. Hit the post in his first appearance at Huddersfield. Adam Reach is on for Grady Diangana. And in fact, I don't think it's Josh Brownhill coming off. It's, who is it? Is it Nathan Teller? It is Teller. So Twine on, like for like. Yet to score for Burnley, but it has hit a post in that first game way back in July against Huddersfield. Benson with the cross into the penalty area. No, along the deck. It wasn't a particularly good one. Look at Taylor grabbing the ball, playing ball boy here, trying to help his team out, even though he's been substituted. Burnley look the more likely winners if there is to be one. And I'm not trying to be biased against West Brom, but that's the way it's panning out at the moment. West Brom hanging on. Here's Benson. It's ball in there towards Rodriguez, and the goalkeeper lost it. Rodriguez can't prop it from it. Came to him at a very quick rate of knots, and well, I think Alex Palmer will be a very most relieved man inside Turf Moor. Matson wins possession on halfway. Feeds it to Rodriguez. Feeds to Hori. Hori is isolated and has to do the best thing really on the circumstances and win a corner for Burnley. Well, this looked regulation for Palmer here. Looks his all the way. Corner taken quickly. Hori with the cross into the penalty area, and he gets the fist of it. Here's Benson again. The Clarets knocking on the door. 6 minutes to play. Furlong heads behind, another Burnley corner. They must be in. They must have had at least 20 corners. They've had so many throughout this 84 and a bit minutes we've been playing. What a finish. Brownhill with the corner. Never door in Burnley. Never door at Burnley Football Club when Vincent Kompany's side are in action. So Brownhill with the corner. Can Burnley win it? They've got 5.5 minutes. It's Taylor off the line. And somehow Albion get it out. And here is Brownhill. Hori on the overlap. He goes in field. Twine gets his first touch. Now Benson. Benson now. Whiffs another cross in, but it's an easy one for the Albion defence to clear. The game being played exclusively inside the West Brom half, away to my left-hand side. 5 to go, plus injury and stoppage time. Will Tom Neal add on another maybe 4 or 5 minutes at the end? Time will tell. Matson finds Hori. Hori now with the cross. Wait, no, he's going in field. Here's Cullen inside the area. Josh Cullen. And Burnley looking to win it now. Cullen in the area. Cullen was fouled. Penalty, surely. It has to be a penalty. I think it's on the edge of the area, you know. Cullen certainly went down on the line. Let's have a look. Was it in or out? Oh, it's close. It's very, very close. Maybe, just maybe, outside the penalty area. Another inch, though. That might have been a penalty. Look at that. That was so close to being a penalty, but it was the right decision. It's a Burnley free kick to the left of centre, a yard outside the 18-yard. It's less than 20 yards from goal. Matson, Twine, certainly 2 of the 3 men committee. Oh, will we see a Scott Twine special? He's done these before in his MK Dons days. What a time to get his first goal for the Clarets if he could do it. It's going to be Scott Twine, I fancy, with the right foot. There's 3 Clarets wall. There's a 3-man Clarets wall in front of a 6, 7-man West Brom wall. 3 minutes just over to go. Can Twine get the ball in there? Twine with his right foot. He scored! Scott Twine for Burnley! He's won it! Sure, that must be it! Scott Twine has won it for the Clarets. It sure must be 2-1. What a finish. And Twine gets his first goal of the season. His first goal for the Clarets. And Burnley have snatched it surely at the death. What a finish. A Scott Twine special over the wall, which disintegrated and nestled sweetly into the corner of the net, the left-hand corner, and Burnley may well just have won it. Burnley 2, West Bromwich Albion 1. And you've got to say on the second half, It's no more than they deserve. Oh, they don't half give you heart palpitations, that's for sure. And what a moment for Scott Twine. Been an injury-ravaged season for him. But all those problems are behind him. And the MK Dons, the former MK Dons man, has just scored a wonderful, wonderful free kick. Wow. That's an amazing free kick, you've got to say. On comes Coutinho now. And now West Brom, I've got to react now. Caelan Grant has come on as well. We'll tell you who's replaced him for a second. But, well, I've got to choose a player of the match. I'm going to go for Nathan Teller for the player of the match. I think he's been fantastic. So Nathan Teller will get our JB Man of the Match award. I'm selecting it tonight. We're going to keep to the old commentary of tradition. 1 minute plus stoppage time to play. Can Burnley snatch a late winning goal here? Well, they snatched a late winning goal. Scott Twine. What a man. And Burnley will go to 63 points if they can hang on. In fact, they'll go to 62 points and maintain that 5-point gap at the top. 30 seconds of normal time to play. Grant on Bombalambi. Tom Neild, the fourth official. How much longer will he add on at the end of the game? Wallace in possession. Here's Twine, who looks like being the Clarets match winner. What a finish this has been. Maatson in possession. If you could have wrote the script, you couldn't have written it. 5 more minutes of this. As Coutinho has fouled his man. Well, who saw this coming? It's been one heck of a game, one heck of a finish, and still a little bit to go now. Burnley, well, looks like the top two are going to win at the end. But what a finish it has been. Twine in possession. Moves us out this time. We've played almost a minute of the 5. But as I said, player of the match. Or JB MLTM. I'm just going to write that down. It's going to be Nathan Teller. And what a game this has been. It has been the most mother of all comebacks. And there's the man of the match confirmed as Nathan Teller. That's our man of the match this evening on the Clarets Match Live. We've played nearly 2 minutes of the 5. Burnley still leading by 2 goals to 1. And what a finish it has been. I hope you've enjoyed it on JB Sports. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. We're nearly at 1,000 subscribers. Hit that notification bell as well. Next week on the TC Hub and JB Sports, we'll be streaming TC Hub content from the FA Cup. We've got coming up games involving Arsenal away at Manchester City, Brighton against Liverpool, Preston against Tottenham, and Manchester United and Reading amongst the games we'll be featuring live on the TC Hub next weekend. Look out for that if you can. Vincent Kompany. He's the Sir Alex Ferguson of the Championship. I've got no doubts about this. He's man management's been second to none, and the substitutions have been, well, what a substitution. Bring on Scott Twine. He replaced Nathan Taylor, of all people, of all the ironies, and it's going to give Burnley the 3 points. Taylor gets it away. It's into no man's land. Everybody in Clarets is back in their own half now. Not surprisingly, DK and Taylor have had a bit of a collision. We're halfway through the 5 minutes. And maybe after all those horrible decisions that went against the Clarets in the first half, maybe justice was done. No, he's had a good run, Corberan's side, but it had to come to an end sometime. Maybe Turf Moor was the place. Maybe it's fated that Burnley were going to win this game after all. There's a possibility of a penalty being given, but it was on the edge. But my word, didn't Scott Twine take his free kick well? 1 minute to go. And the noise at Turf Moor will be, the place will go up unless Jed Wallace could find an equaliser here. And that will be a foul and a yellow card, surely. It was a professional foul. I think Gillett was the right, had to book him for that. Maatson knew exactly what he was doing. Burnley just 40 seconds, less than 35 seconds away from a famous comeback victory. Can Eric Peters deny his old club all 3 points here? He's going to take the free kick, 15 yards inside the Burnley half. Everybody, apart from the goalkeeper of West Brom, inside the Burnley half, and it's Burnley who've come away with it now. Zahori's just going to take it to the corner flag. And that's where it's going. 4 seconds of stoppage time to play. Ball knocked away. All eyes on the referee. It's over. Burnley have won it. What a finish. Well, who saw that coming at half time? It was doom and despondency, but then Vincent Kompany made some changes. He brought on Emmanuel Benson. That was another good change. He also brought on Scott Twine, and it was from his free kick which Burnley won the game. Just to remind you that Nathan Taylor got the JB Man of the Match award, but it's Burnley who have won it. Scott Twine, with his first ever goal for the club, has won the day for the Clarets. I hope you've enjoyed this JB Sports exclusive. Burnley players will celebrate long into the night, but that now sends a message that they're going to take some catching at the top of the Championship. And what a great moment for Scott Twine, who's had an injury, as I said, he's had an injury-ravaged season, and to come back and score a free kick goal of that magnitude, wow, that is some goal. They deserved it on the second half performance. There's no doubt about that. And Sean says, never in doubt, the sideways passing and back passing paid off. Thanks for the commentary. Really enjoyed it. I'm off tango dancing now. Ciao. Thank you very much indeed. And we're going to say ciao for now. Thank you very much to everyone that's joined us. Thank you to everyone who subscribed. But from me, JB, take care, and we'll see you soon. Burnley are the winners with a great comeback victory over West Brom. Scott Twine with the winner. Good night for you all.